and gentlemen, to the Liebherr 2016 Men's World Cup from Saarbrücken, Germany. I'm your commentator, Adam Bobrow, and right there is the #1 seed, world rank #2. It's FAN Zhendong, Xiaopeng, Little Fatty, as they call him in China, as many suspect to be and predict to be the future world #1 and the man to take home that trophy right there. But there's only one player who can stop him. The drama of the music builds. The Cloud Walker, the teammate, the top pen holder in the world. It's world rank #3, XU Xin. The most spectacular player in the game comes out in a fresh shirt. And between knee brace and what else, I expect to see both players testing each other to the absolute max here. $45,000 awaits the winner of this match. $45,000, some world ranking points, and the prestigious title. We've got XU Xin, the Asian Cup winner, and FAN Zhendong, a substitute for none less than Jun Mizutani. So the history here is quite an interesting head-to-head matchup. You can see what's happened here today. This is the final match of the day as far as FAN Zhendong versus XU Xin. For the longest time, XU Xin had not lost to FAN Zhendong. 6 encounters, he won all 6 of them until FAN Zhendong played him his 7th time. He won the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th encounters, 6 wins in a row over XU Xin. But the last time they played was in Korea at the Korea Open 2016, and XU Xin took back control. As a matter of fact, I have that one off. FAN Zhendong won one of the earlier matches, so FAN Zhendong is 7-6 over XU Xin. I'll get the specifics for you in a moment. As they tuck in their shirts and get ready, it's going to be a battle of explosive power and creativity. I wouldn't be surprised to see XU Xin ending up fishing a bit off the table, chasing down some shots. Now, with all the highlights that'll come out of this tournament, the top 10, depending on what happens here in this match, there could be enough to make a top 20. It's always great when the best points are competing against other world-class points out here. FAN Zhendong, known for his explosive power, a bit of confidence starting to come out. It'll be his 2nd final in a row at the Men's World Cup. He took 2nd place to Ma Long last year. It was one of 2 finals against Ma Long. The other was the World Tour Grand Finals. If I remember correctly, game 1 in the final for FAN Zhendong against Ma Long last year, he had a good chance to win game 1, and after that, the momentum really shifted and the confidence was gone. XU Xin's very unpredictable. A lot of people question, of course, the showman in him that loves to entertain the crowd. Comes out sometimes and isn't always the best for winning. The creative shots are outstanding to watch, but when he's playing aggressively, when he uses his backhand wisely and stays in near the table, very effective. At 26 years old, currently world rank #3. He was #1 in the world for a good nearly a year, 2014, right before Ma Long took over. So I'd say approximately a year, could have been just over. Have to get the stats on that. Our umpire for the match, Hans-Peter Werner from Germany. The best seat in the house right there. Although while it's easy to make calls from the side, I will say it's quite different when you're at the table. And that's the knee brace we've seen recently for XU Xin. I think Wang Hao making that knee brace the most famous, along with the reverse penhold backhand. Anja Gersdorf, assistant umpire, assisting the umpire here. Had a chance to hang out with her last year in Sweden at the Men's World Cup in Halmstad. This tournament has been an outstanding tournament year after year. There's no better way for it to go out than with 2 of the best players in the world, the top 2 seeds in the tournament. FAN Zhendong to start off with the serve. Step around signature shot, except this time it's not the inside out forehand cross court, but attempted to the short side of the table.
Love 2.
That ball sits up just a little bit. Not too often we see XU Xin miss it. FAN Zhendong, I think, gets some extra heavy underspin on that. So far, only a one-way street with FAN Zhendong's name all over it. FAN Zhendong showing the touch as well, keeps it short. Hear it from the crowd, XU Xin Jiao, Xiaopang Jiao. Oh, again, the step around. This is what happened against Ma Long and Zhang Jike for over a year against XU Xin. Willing to step around for the forehand quickly. And as he starts to turn the corner, FAN Zhendong anticipates and plays it the opposite way. There's the power over the table, the backhand to start it off. Very confident receive to get the first point this match for XU Xin. Look at this, so closed. And he opens up right before the point of contact. Give the ball a little lift, but keep a lot of topspin on it. A little bit off the top of the net, but an inside-out forehand for FAN Zhendong to take the point. And just to go back to that backhand penhold receive over the table, the closure, keeping it so parallel to the table, a big part of that is actually just that there's not much room for backswing otherwise. Gives the wrist a bit more power. Well played, XU Xin takes a little bit off the speed and puts more into the spin to invest in that shot. Has to get very low for that ball. Tries to lag behind with the arm and hit it the opposite way. Seen a lot of matches where XU Xin starts slow. First game, tries out some different tactics. As solid as XU Xin is in the blocking game, I don't think he's going to want to be so passive. Not against the power of FAN Zhendong. Oh, no chance. Step around forehand attack and smothered by FAN Zhendong, closed out to the open forehand side. Long push to start the rally quickly. I can't believe how much power comes from that shot. Barely any follow through. Just well timed. Good backswing as well. Good pose hold there for a minute. We've seen XU Xin make many big shots from down near the ground. But forced into the passive receive there. No passiveness there, quick off the bounce. XU Xin very aggressive in the counter, saves a game point. kill leap to the backhand, and FAN Zhendong brings it back into play. Not easy to do, but well anticipated. Very short stroke, and he takes the point one more time right here. Amazing shot from FAN Zhendong to finish game one, so we'll be back for game two, where FAN Zhendong is leading right after this.
Satz Nummer 2, hier Applaus für unsere beiden Finalisten im Wiener Fußball-Cup. FAN Zhendong, XU Xin.
Back for game two, XU Xin down 0-1, starting with the serve. Nasty chop block on the backhand side from XU Xin, but the follow-up attack is what takes it. These are the points, the starts to the points that we love to see. Inside out forehand covering the middle. It's a quality shot from FAN Zhendong into the body right after this. XU Xin has to get so low and still brings himself back up like limbo out there. Crowd quickly jumping behind XU Xin saying, "Turn off your flashlights. No flashes." Very, very distracting. I think one of the saddest moments I saw was Waldner in a Swedish final. Flash photography. I think it was a deuce in the deciding game, or maybe match point, right in the eyes of Waldner, whose birthday it is today, in case you didn't know. He turns 51 today. I could be wrong, but I think I heard a XU Xin fan crying in the crowd. They don't call him the Cloud Walker for nothing. He's on the wrong side of the table completely. FAN Zhendong fools him, and how quickly he reacts to reach that ball. Look how wide this one comes. He's turning the corner and still runs it down a few feet out wide on the forehand side. This time with more pace out wide to the forehand. FAN Zhendong so comfortable with that backhand extending out forward. Catches the edge of the table for FAN Zhendong. Definitely 5-4. That will be corrected quickly. Crowd applauding good sportsmanship. Honesty a must. Maybe not a must, but definitely advised in general and well respected by the fans. Oh, just missing the edge. Incredible points. The fact that XU Xin can even reach that ball so hard and bending away from FAN Zhendong. And then the back turn to the table, the lob almost comes down. This one more time. Sometimes it just makes more sense to keep your body weight rotating. So just in case you were curious who the appetizers were for these players in the opening round, for FAN Zhendong, it was Gao Ning. After that, Jung Shik, and then Christian Carlson, which you saw earlier today. And on the XU Xin side of the bracket, his first appetizer was Hugo Calderano of Brazil, up-and-coming pride of the Olympic Games. After that, it was Per Garel, the serve master from Sweden, and then Wang Chunting, top player and the #2 pen holder in the world. Top player from Hong Kong, that is. So 2 quick points for FAN Zhendong at the second towel break. Regardless of who wins, you just want to see some crazy shots out of XU Xin. Both of these guys are capable. I don't know if you've seen it before on the internet, but XU Xin actually has a reverse pen hold forehand. He uses the back side of the racket on the forehand side. A whole lot of work from the legs to get around that ball on the backhand side and take the forehand. One block and quickly into the aggressive game. Has to play the short side of the table too. Bit of side spin on this ball, throws off FAN Zhendong, trying to play wide. Watch the racket of XU Xin here. Don't know if it's clear for you to see from that angle, but he comes around the outside of the ball. Fast footwork and an aggressive forehand loop. FAN Zhendong's got XU Xin self-coaching a bit. This is going to be true of both players, as neither player has a coach in the corner, both from the same national association. Is it nerves? Big point for FAN Zhendong to earn 4 game points to take a 2-0 lead. That was the edge ball on the bounce. Definitely top edge though, no question about that. Powerful backhand to finish it off, 11-6, a dominant performance. 2 games dominated by FAN Zhendong to take a 2-0 lead. We'll be back for game 3 and see if XU Xin has anything to say about it right after this.
wir die beiden Spieler wieder mit einem großen Applaus zum dritten Satz. XU Xin und FAN Zhendong.
Back for game 3, FAN Zhendong at the top of the screen, leading 2-0 with the serve right here. Power lifter legs right there. Strength is a big part of it as far as legs go, but agility, learning to balance that, I think FAN Zhendong's game is becoming quite complete this year.
Love to.
Oh, right off the bounce, inside out, covering the ball. It's looking like Christian Carlson out there. That might be a compliment to both FAN Zhendong and Christian Carlson. Turns the racket inside out as he squats to the ground. Not sure what the German fan said. Outstanding forehand from XU Xin from off the table to take the point. Catches the edge of the racket in the aggressive counter attempt. Not the first time we've seen the sweat wiped from the brow of XU Xin. And what appears to be a moment of deep thought and maybe a little bit of distress. Trying to figure out what he can bring out here. It could work against FAN Zhendong. Takes that ball a little bit later, lets it drop low. I think chances are good that China's going to win this one. Fans in the front row will be happy to know. Unless you're a glass half empty type of fan, then China's going to lose this one. Both are true. But it's not about China, it's about XU Xin, and it's about FAN Zhendong. Two individual players with quite different personalities and styles. For me, it's about his former #1 in the world, XU Xin, the only player to beat Ma Long twice this year. Is he on his way back to #1 in the world? Is he going to stop FAN Zhendong from taking it over? Some serious leap right there. The spring back into the backhand corner from FAN Zhendong, but still no contact. Got some video bombing in the background by German fans. Watch how much lunge FAN Zhendong gets after this, jumping completely out of frame. This time stepping back, it's a fadeaway counter loop forehand. XU Xin making it a bit closer here. In the first two games, he's totaled 11 points. He lost 11-5 and 11-6. Introducing a new ball just to make sure it plays all right.
5-4.
The knee brace is off. It's not the first time we've seen it. An outstanding rally. If it comes off again, let's see where the knee brace comes off. Oh, there it is. Looks like the knees came together for a moment. It's got to be tough to play if you're worried about stepping on something else. I've seen Quadri Runa play with only one shoe on. And of course, pockets out is the norm, or at least quite common for Quadri Runa. Go back and watch Quadri Runa's matches from this tournament. Beautiful shot covering the middle. Fan Zhendong way out to the opposite side. These are shotgun reactions out here. See it one more time. Backhand to backhand and opens up, covers the middle with the forehand. Takes a little bit longer to do and is usually a tough shot. That ball would have hit him in the belly button if he didn't move. Really had to get the upper body out of the way. That's the swarm of bees look. The ball off the edge of the racket maybe for XU Xin. Fan Zhendong quite surprised. Love to see a close-up of Fan Zhendong's reaction in super slow motion. Whoa, that's amazing. Just say it and it happens. What else would I like to see? Let me think. How about a XU Xin comeback to take this to a 7th game? Nope, not human, just not human. Both of these players incredible. Fan Zhendong, I don't know, what can you really say about this? Across the chest on 2 of those forehands, a short stroke to get XU Xin back into the defensive game. Finally, XU Xin misses a shot from down near the ground on the backhand side. Probably the 18th shot in that rally, not counting. How did they not win the point? Fan Zhendong taking it quickly off the bounce. This is fearlessness. Let's see that shot one more time. There it is. He's moving wide to the forehand and counters it on the run off the bounce. To do any one of those 3 things takes amazing table tennis skills. He does all 3 at once. Again, he's so fast. But not just in his movement, the quality of shot, the angles he's creating. This is like you want to go bold before it happens. He's moving, he's hopping around, ready to cover the next shot. 4 game points for Fan Zhendong. And this is the I don't care receive. It's going to go in and win, or it's going to miss the table, and I'll get ready for game 4, but it saves game point. Two in a row? Come on. Well, now he's going to serve, so he can't have that receive. So much risk, just completely stepping around. Bam. He's watching like, well, bring it back if you can. I dare you. My 19-year-old world rank number 2 teammate. I think this is a wise timeout for Fan Zhendong. To recognize how important it is to hang on to this game. He is in the lead, but being up 3-0 versus, say, 2-1 could really change the dynamic out here. The mental condition, both of these players, XU Xin for the better, Fan Zhendong, definitely more pressure, more nerve. Some of my favorite shots I've seen out of XU Xin are when it no longer matters. Match points against him. So the front row watching in anticipation here to see how the timeout affects Fan Zhendong. to catch the ball that quickly also takes a lot of confidence. Normally you need to make sure the umpire is confirmed. I think they called it pretty quickly though. Oh, forehand flip kill makes it, but FAN Zhendong is there. And he's fired up as he takes game 3. Outstanding way to finish the game. We'll see what happens in the 4th match. Or the 4th game, rather, of the match. It could be the last game of the match. We'll see. XU Xin, it's now or never. FAN Zhendong 1 game away from the title. Game 4 right after this.
Der dritte Satz schon die Entscheidung. Hier sind sie wieder. Finale zwischen XU und XU Xin.
Back for game number 4. XU Xin with the serve, but down 0-3. And he gets to the ball, but this time the forehand loop just going long. The response to the long serve FAN Zhendong has demonstrated against Christian Carlsen and throughout this tournament, just to be able to deflect and redirect with some power. Those are the rallies that might appear humorous to someone a little bit newer to table tennis. You've got these big, strong guys out here coming in and dinking the ball back and forth. But of course, what they're doing is trying to catch their opponent off guard so that they come in late and have to push the ball long. They're protecting the attack. Ooh, off the back corner of the table, the forehand side. XU Xin with his first point this game. Now to come in for a forehand flip, leaves open the opposite corner, deep to the forehand side. As far as mental and physical coming together, it's interesting. FAN Zhendong, right after losing that point, goes into the hopping back and forth, gets prepared for the next point. It's one way to stay positive. That quick backhand, so much speed as he wraps around the ball. Very wristy shot, much like this opening from FAN Zhendong. See if we get to see XU Xin's backhand. Tied up at 3 points each. Four points in a row for XU Xin from down 0-3. Side and top from that backhand again. Something sort of chilling about how XU Xin calmly walks away to the ball. With 3 games against him, there's a calm and a cool in XU Xin that few can accomplish. Even after missing that shot. Just checking to make sure he didn't crack the ball off the edge of the racket. It's another slip. Still a great shot from XU Xin, but FAN Zhendong loses his footing. Seems like there's a little patch. Had a lot of players slipping on that side of the court. placed right at the back of the table. 7 out of the last 8 points have gone to XU Xin. With the down the middle play, finally XU Xin trying to play it out wide to the forehand, just overdoing it on the width. That's a signature inside-out forehand from XU Xin. The size of the quads on FAN Zhendong. Well placed deep into the body on the backhand side. If this is indeed the last game of the match, we're not going to see any exhibition points. XU Xin's either going to win it or fight it till the very end, because it's quite close here, just a 1-point game. Now a 3-point lead. XU Xin looking to extend this match here. This campaign is going well so far. Quick reaction off the bounce with the backhand side. It's 4 game points to the Cloud Walker in the cloud-colored shirt, the sky blue anyway. These clouds are a bit more white in general. Ooh, almost comes back. Quick side spin chop from in near the body. 1 game point saved by FAN Zhendong. But that is it. XU Xin escapes 11-7 and lives to see another game. It's game 5. You get to see it too. It's a treat. Good time to be alive right now for everyone involved. Game 5 right after this. The players are back to the table. FAN Zhendong leading 3-1 over XU Xin, the bottom of the screen. And that is a lucky break for XU Xin. Left the ball a bit too high and deep enough on the table that FAN Zhendong can usually take that point. For a minute, it sounded like the ball spinning against the barrier, but I think it was some sound-creating device with the fans in the crowd. Beautiful flip deep to the backhand. Much like game point in previous games, where FAN Zhendong got it back on the table, the forehand flip was quality. Not allowing enough time for FAN Zhendong to really react. So just to update you, I got access again. The very first time XU Xin and FAN Zhendong played was in Sweden in 2013. in a semifinal match, FAN Zhendong won that. But every time after for the next 5, XU Xin won. So 5 out of their first 6. And then it was 6 more in a row for FAN Zhendong. Power in the cross-court shot. XU Xin playing the statue to try and block it back. Just tries to cover it and bring it back. We know that facial expression well. Quite relatable moment for XU Xin. XU Xin stepping around with the forehand out of reach. These are the points. This is what the highlights reel is all about when these two play. The sparks, the clash out here. I think everybody in the arena is speaking Chinese right now. German just became the official second language. Oh, right down the line, the counterattack with the forehand. Serve comes a little long. XU Xin with the step around. Looks like it should finish the point, but FAN Zhendong's there to clean up. Surprise, surprise, nobody home on the backhand side. Just the bare hand of FAN Zhendong, the non-racket hand. If you were able to get the racket in that hand and it hits the hand, then the ball's good, but it has to be the hand holding the racket. Not this time, not covering the middle with the forehand that quickly on that shot. Well placed again, right on the body, forcing the forehand out of XU Xin in an uncomfortable position. And we haven't seen a timeout used yet for XU Xin. This is one of those moments where you start to wonder if you should. I think it would be out of character for XU Xin. I don't think he calls the timeout unless he feels it's really necessary. It's the cool. Oh, just missing, an inch too wide. After all that patience, goes for the risky shot. Covering the middle here. But this ball, the full arm stroke. I really wonder what percentage of the crowd is Chinese right now. Do a poll real quickly. FAN Zhendong pinning him in the middle again. The middle goes wherever you go, just right on that elbow of XU Xin. Deja vu, I feel like we're just watching it on repeat. FAN Zhendong keeps finding the middle. XU Xin's trying to get the backhand, the backside of the racket into play anyway. Hasn't found many good answers. If he steps around, FAN Zhendong has shown us that he's up to playing the ball out to the short side of the table on the forehand side. That's an answer. Gets the reverse penhold backhand in, counters it down the short side of the table. Short side again, and it almost comes back cross court. These are the types of risks that XU Xin is going to have to take. His forehand is definitely the most aggressive weapon he has. It's a bit of a gamble as FAN Zhendong has gotten it back many times. But right now it evens out the score at 8 points each. Heavy topspin. I think that went farther out of the court than any ball I've seen so far. Almost went into the cup itself. Heavy topspin on that opening ball. XU Xin inclined to back up a little bit as FAN Zhendong starts to open up. Or at least sets up for the counterattack against that backhand. And now 2 match points and title points for FAN Zhendong. A chance to take his first major title in the World Tour. A world title, that is. Men's World Cup at 19 years old. Is now the time. What do you say, XU Xin? Took about 50 shushes. XU Xin saves 1 championship point. He still has 1 more to save, but the battle will continue. The player defending, playing against match point, needs to remember that. 1 point at a time, but keep the intensity if you do get to 10-10. Intensity there to earn it back, saves 2 match points with the backhand over the table, right at the back end. XU Xin here against FAN Zhendong, deuce in game 5. The focus, he keeps the body weight forward to counter. Those receives that he used when he was down 4 game points. Let's see if those come out here. Oh, the backhand this time. He doesn't even step around, and FAN Zhendong still plays it to the opposite corner. How much better can a shot be? As he starts to turn to set up the forehand, he pays for it. Another match point for FAN Zhendong. Little help off the top of the net, and the title is taken. Number 1, the first seed. FAN Zhendong pays his thank yous to the crowd and celebrates as he takes down XU Xin in an outstanding, explosive match. And we'll see, is Xiaopang, FAN Zhendong, the face that we will see at world number 1? It'll take a little bit of time still, but this title definitely cannot hurt him in his climb on his way. What a performance, undefeated, the only player in this tournament to come out undefeated. Will stand at the top of the podium later to collect $45,000. It's FAN Zhendong. Stick around, we've got the awards ceremony coming up in just a little bit, a chance to see your favorite players. In the meantime, enjoy some highlights. You're watching the 2016 Liebherr Men's World Cup.
Zwischenfreunde, wir haben sich sozusagen die Spieler auf das Aufklärung vorbereiten, haben schon Aufstellung genommen. Der Präsident des Internationalen Tischtennisverbandes, Thomas Weikert. Thomas, die Tage in Saarbrücken, wie hast du sie erlebt? Wie ist das Fazit?
Ja, schöne Tage hier, großes Kompliment an den Kollegen, Michael Geide von DTDB und natürlich großes Kompliment an die Leute hier vor Ort für die tolle Organisation, für die tolle Stimmung in der Halle.